In a new wave of tariffs already taking a toll on Americans, prices of many imported goods are rising, and now consumers are stressed about their finances. Tom Newman from Drake & Associates is here virtually with us this morning, talking about how these tariffs are impacting consumers and much more. Good morning to you, Tom. How are you?
I am well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, Tom. Thank you. So this is something everyone's talking about right now. What goods are actually being impacted by tariffs as we speak?
Yeah, prices really have increased about 2.7% year over year in July, but the impact of the tariffs is really showing in imported goods. Nearly 74% of all food imports are facing tariffs. And this is especially true when we go to the grocery store. So grocery prices are already up 2.9% higher than a year ago. And produce, specifically those things imported from Mexico, have seen the largest increase. So when you go to the grocery store, we're all feeling the pinch once we get to the register.
That's for sure. I mean, things are changing rapidly. I mean, you notice the differences in just the simplest of products. So how are people supposed to handle this? What is your best advice? If you're already in a pinch financially, how do you handle this change as well?
I think the biggest thing is you just want to review your budget, pull out your budget, itemize everything that you expense out from a month-to-month basis, and really see and differentiate things between wants and needs. It might be a time where we need to take a look at some of those wants and say, is it necessary at this moment? Always want to take a look at your budget and revise that over time, given how prices react. The other thing is take a look at debt. It's extremely tough to pay off debt while prices are up. You just don't have as much to pay off that debt, but it's still important. So take a look at your credit card debt. Make sure that you're tackling some of the highest interest rated credit cards possible so that you can dig into that and get out of that debt as soon as possible. And don't forget to pay yourself first. Always be thinking about the future, whether it's retirement or emergency funds. You need to set aside some money from each paycheck to pay yourself first.
And we actually just talked about this yesterday, Tom, but we ran a report on how, if you stop spending on the wants a little bit, it actually impacts the entire economy. The economy is stable right now, but if people start, spending back and taking back those little extra things, it actually might hurt the economy. So it's such a balancing act when it comes to what do you do when you want to help, but you're also in that pinch, like we mentioned. I just don't know how people do it. I mean, it's so difficult already as it is. And with the uncertainty that's happening right now, I imagine you guys get a lot of questions about this all the time.
We do get questions. We work in retirement, and so people living on fixed budgets. And when there is price increases, that does a lot of damage, potential damage on a fixed budget. So what I encourage everyone to do is, no matter how big or how small the change is, it can have a big impact. So do we need that, cup of coffee through the drive-through every single morning? Can we look at maybe doing it 3 times a week rather than 5 times a week? So those small changes can actually add up to a lot over time.
Yeah, I think you say a realistic point, just cutting back a little bit of the time. You don't always have to give away the fun stuff, but I think it would help us all to just save just a few cups of coffee and have them at home. Okay, so if people are watching, Tom, they want to ask you even more questions. Maybe they're just about to retire. They have tax questions too. Where should they go? How can they contact you?
Yeah, like I mentioned, we work with retirees. And so the biggest thing that always is being looked at is protecting as well as trying to minimize taxes. So if you have any questions, you have any concerns, and you want to reach out to us, we can be reached at drakeandassociates.net. We would love to help out.
Perfect. Tom, it's been a pleasure. Always learn a lot with you guys. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Always.